let's assume we've got our warehouse and we've got our inventory, and there's a beautiful WMS running that. I've now got to get my orders, my picked orders from that warehouse to the final destination. For this last mile fulfillment, what can I digitize and how?
So first of all, I think last mile is a term people use to identify, in a way, the last mile in distribution, but you also need to take into account the first mile, because you have today a lot of processes involved collection of the goods and bringing to the warehouse. Or even you should also take into account point to point. For example, if you want to build logistics services to pick up the goods from a store and deliver it directly to a consumer, or in e-commerce or omnichannel. So I think that we can look at it as all the different miles in a way associated to the distribution. I think that if you look at what can be digitized, I think the answer is everything. Everything can be digitized, all the way from the processes associated to the delivery itself, or the collection, or the point-to-point. For example, what artifacts do you want to collect during the delivery process? In a collection, do you want the process to be in a certain way? When you deliver, you want the process to be a little bit different. If you have special hazard goods, can you configure the different processes for different type of goods that you have? All of those processes that essentially the customer have as part of his distribution or deliveries in general can be digitized. Then you can go to the next level, which is really the automating the planning, automating the communication to the driver, automating the communication to the end customer. The way we look at it is we are working with our customers to digitize everything. I still see that some customers, for example, still using paper as a proof of delivery. And I think that the change in the process, for example, in the paper, is that customers will still incorporate it into their process, but when the drivers return back to the warehouse, they don't need to key in the information in the paper back into the system. They're just saving it as a proof for the government, or even internally. If there is an audit, they will go and take it out from the storage. But so they can mix what you call the digitized process with still a manual, semi-manual process like a paper. And I think as we go through the next few years, I believe that will change as well. For example, using verification codes as a way to authorize the person on the other side who needs to receive the goods, and maybe some other methods will allow the governments to actually reduce the rules around the physical paper trail.
Right.